Your robin has claimed your garden, not the one across the street. Yours. It knows the exact height of the stone wall. It knows the density of the ivy where it roosts at night. But recently, you stepped outside, looked toward the wooden fence post where it usually waits, and the post was empty. The garden felt entirely too quiet. Your robin was gone, and it did not leave by accident. It left because something in your garden told it to go. Today, we are going to look at 4 invisible things you might be doing that push your robin away. These are not malicious acts. Most of the time, these are things you have been doing for years, thinking they were perfectly fine or even helpful. I have watched the robin in my garden for a very long time, and I have learned that they see our shared space in a completely different way than we do. Stay until the end, because number 4 is the mistake that breaks a very specific ancient bond, one most people never even realize they are building. Number 1. You erased its map by making things too perfect. We value tidy gardens. We like clipped hedges, neatly raked borders, and lawns clear of fallen leaves. For a human, a perfectly manicured garden is a sign of care. But for your robin, it is a food desert. Your robin holds a highly detailed mental map of your garden. It remembers exactly where the damp soil is. It knows where the spiders hide in the hedge. Most importantly, it relies entirely on the leaf litter that gathers under the bushes. Those dead leaves are not debris to a robin. They are a complex, layered ecosystem of invertebrates, seeds, and larvae. When you rake up all the leaves and dispose of them, you are effectively wiping out your robin's pantry. A robin spends its days evaluating the quality of its territory. If it suddenly finds that the leaf litter is gone, the ground is bare, and the insects have no place to hide, it takes note. It will try to forage for a few days, but a robin is constantly calculating its energy output against its food intake. If the garden no longer provides enough fuel, especially in the cold months of January and February when natural food is almost zero, it will make the difficult decision to abandon the territory it fought so hard to claim. You do not have to let your entire garden go wild, but leaving one corner untidy, letting the leaves sit beneath the shrubs, or keeping a small brush pile by the stone wall. These small acts of strategic untidiness are the difference between a garden your robin visits and a garden it chooses as its permanent home. Number 2. You broke the rhythm of trust. Your robin is constantly watching you, and over time, it has developed a very specific fear calibration just for you. It recognizes your face, your height, and the specific way you walk. It knows that when you step out of the back door with your coffee, you are safe. It might let you get within 5 feet before it feels the need to fly up to the apple tree. But birds demand predictability. The moment something feels erratic or chaotic, their internal calculation tips towards survival. If your garden suddenly becomes a place of unpredictable noise and movement, the robin reevaluates. I am not just talking about the occasional summer barbecue. I am talking about a sudden shift in the daily rhythm. Loud power tools used near its favorite foraging spots day after day. A new dog that barks aggressively at the fence line. Children running suddenly and repeatedly toward the areas where it hunts. Your robin can absolutely adapt to a baseline of human activity. It learns your routines, but when the noise and the movement become something it can no longer predict, the garden registers as a threat landscape. The robin will not panic and leave all at once. Instead, it will just start spending less time in the open. It will retreat deep into the hedges. It will stop singing from the exposed fence post. And eventually, if the unpredictability continues, it will decide that the stress of constant vigilance is not worth the territory. It will slip away to a quieter garden, and you will simply realize one day that you have not seen it in weeks. Number 3. You poisoned the hunting ground. This is a mistake many well-meaning gardeners make without realizing the downstream effects. You see a pest problem on your roses. You want to protect your plants, so you spray an insecticide. You are not trying to hurt the birds. You just want to get rid of the aphids or the caterpillars. But your robin is an insectivore. During the spring and summer, it relies almost entirely on insects to survive and to feed its young. When you use broad-spectrum pesticides, you do not just kill the target pests. You eliminate the entire food web that your robin depends on. The soil absorbs these chemicals, the insects die off, and the garden becomes sterile. Your robin is incredibly observant. It knows how long it takes to find a meal in your garden. When a territory suddenly stops yielding food, the robin notices immediately. During the breeding season, a robin must feed its chicks constantly. If your garden has been sprayed and the caterpillars are gone, the parents cannot raise a healthy brood there. They will evaluate the territory, recognize that it is failing them, and they will move their nesting efforts elsewhere. And when they leave to raise their young in a richer environment, they take with them the next generation of robins that might have called your garden home. A healthy garden relies on balance. If you step back and let the ecosystem work, your robin will act as your natural pest control. It will patrol the borders, hunting the very insects you are trying to spray. But it can only do that if you trust it enough to leave the chemicals in the shed. Number 4. You stopped being the plough. This is the most fascinating part of the relationship between a human and a European robin, and it is the reason your robin watches you so closely. Unlike the robins in North America, the European robin evolved alongside wild boars in ancient woodlands. They learned to follow these large animals as they rooted through the forest floor, waiting to snatch up the worms and grubs that were exposed in the turned earth. Today, those wild boars are mostly gone from our gardens, but the robin still carries that ancient knowledge, and it has transferred that expectation to you. To your robin, you are the surrogate plow. When you go outside with a spade or a garden fork, your robin hears the sound of the metal hitting the soil, and it knows exactly what is about to happen. It flies down, perches on a nearby handle or a clod of earth, and waits for you to expose its dinner. It is a profound partnership. Your robin has chosen you as its foraging companion, but this means your robin relies on your presence. If you stop gardening, if you let the soil sit undisturbed for months, or if you go away on a long holiday, your robin loses its advantage. It will continue to patrol its territory, but the yield will drop. The easy meals you provided are gone. The robin will remember you, and it will wait for you to return. But if the garden remains dormant for too long, if the soil is never turned and the compost heap is never aerated, the territory loses its immense value. The robin might evaluate the situation and decide that a neighboring garden, where someone is actively digging every weekend, offers a better chance of survival. When your robin sits on the handle of your spade, looking at you with that dark, intelligent eye, it is not just waiting for a worm. It is participating in a relationship. It has evaluated everything about your garden: the density of the ivy, the safety of the stone wall, the richness of the leaf litter, and the predictability of your movements. It took all of those factors, weighed them against the risks, and decided that your garden was worth defending. It chose this place. And more importantly, it chose you as a safe companion. When we understand how a robin sees the world, we stop thinking of our gardens as just plots of land that we own. We realize they are shared habitats. If you maintain the leaf litter, keep the rhythm steady, avoid the chemicals, and keep turning the soil, your robin will notice. It will remember, and it will stay. I want to hear about the robin in your garden. Have you ever been digging in the soil, only to turn around and find your robin sitting just a few feet away, waiting for you to uncover something? Tell me about it in the comments. I read every single one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.